Hello everyone and welcome back to the lecture series of learning theory of automata and formal languages. My name is Binayak Parashar. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, this lecture series we have continued with and we have completed almost unit number 1 and now we are into unit number 2. This is lecture number 13 where we will be looking into the concept of finite automata and regular expression. So, till now in the previous 2-3 lectures we have started off with unit number 2 where we have understood the concept of regular expression. We have understood the concept of what is the meaning of regular expression, how it is being represented and how it is being used as a representative for a regular language. We have tried to analyze that how this regular expression requires the basic operators like union, concatenation, clean closure, and we have seen some of the special operators also. And based on that we have tried to analyze that how a particular simple expression can be converted into a finite automata by simply analyzing some of the basic symbolic representation of expressions. Okay. Now, in this particular video, that is lecture number 13, we will be looking into the topic and today's agenda will be finite automata and regular expression by using the concept of Arden's theorem. Okay. In the previous video, while ending the particular video, I have already informed to you that yes, we will be now concentrating on the conversion of a finite automata to a regular expression. In the previous video, we have seen how to convert a regular expression to a finite automata. Okay. So, let us check it out one by one what this particular concept is all about. Now, the first slide says about the theorem which is known as Arden's theorem. Now, what this Arden's theorem states? Mainly important is that and how it is being applied. See, this conversion of a finite automata to a regular expression, this particular point you should know and you should be well aware of it. Whenever you are converting a finite automata to a regular expression, okay, this can be done in two ways. One is state elimination method, which we will be doing in the next upcoming class. Okay, state elimination method, and the other one is known as your Arden's theorem. From the first methodology, I think it is very much clear to you all that we will try to convert a finite automata to a regular expression by simply eliminating the states one by one, and where only initial and final state will be there, and the transition that you will be getting, that is the final expression. So, that is the meaning of this particular algorithm, which we will be discussing in a proper way. And coming to the Arden's theorem uses some kind of simplification of the expression by using certain equation of its own form. Okay. What is that equation? Let us check that particular equation. Okay. So, generally Arden's theorem states that if suppose P and Q are two regular expressions over any input alphabet, and if P does not contain epsilon, then the following equation in R, that is nothing but R is equals to Q plus R P, has a unique solution, and that is what? R is equals to Q P star. That means, in the right hand side, don't look in the left hand side, in the right hand side, that is nothing but this Q plus R P will be replaced by Q P star. So, some or the other your expression will simplify and you will get a authentic expression. Okay. So, this how to utilize this while conversion of finite automata to regular expression, that we will look with an example. Let us check in the next point that means whenever we get any equation in the form of R equals to Q plus R P, which I have already mentioned this statement, then we can directly replace by R equals to Q P star. So, Q plus R P will be replaced by Q P star. So, this is a concept, this is a particular algorithm, or this algorithm helps us to get a unified expression from a particular finite automata. Okay. So, let us go back and go to the next slide where we will try to look how these expressions will be utilized. Okay. Now, coming up to the question, this is an example I have taken. So, I am having three expressions Q1 and I am having a Q2 expression and I am having a Q3 expression. So, some or the other I know now how to utilize this that this is the final expression where I will be working. This can be thought of, this can be checked out by looking at the final state. Say suppose in the finite automata Q2 is the final state. Suppose Q2 is the final state. then I need to concentrate only on the Q2 expression. How I have got this expression, I will let you know later on, but here I am trying to show you how to utilize Arden's theorem expression into an expression. Okay. But here I will take Q2 as the final state, for which I will look onto only Q2 expression. Okay. How? See, look into the Arden's theorem expression. It says that R equals to Q plus Rp has a unique solution which implies Qp star, correct. That means some way or the other I need to find an expression in this format. That means whatever in the left hand side state will be, suppose left hand side state is Q2, then right hand side only it should have Q2. Apart from that, rest it should have the operands, or rest it should have the input alphabets. Okay. Here input alphabets are what? 0 and 1, that is. So, that means apart from this R, Q and P should be an expression, should be a input alphabet. It should be like either 0, 1, A, B, whatever they are in the particular diagram. Okay. So, now let me deal with this particular example. Okay. In this example, it says Q1 is equals to Q1 dot 0. I have got plus epsilon. So, this is equation number 1, and next says Q2 is equals to Q1 dot 1 plus Q2 dot 0. Now, you might be thinking what dot 1 dot 0. So, this I will deal with an example that will be clear to you all. Okay. Now, I will try to substitute Q1 over here such that I can get some or the other Q2 in the left hand side, okay, Q2 in the right hand side. Okay. So, how to do that? I have done it here. So, Q1 okay, epsilon plus Q1 dot 0. Epsilon plus Q1 dot 0 means actually there is a basic identity we know. Okay, but here we can directly use the Arden's theorem here. See, this Q1 will act as a R, this will be R, this is nothing but P, this is nothing but Q. So, this is that is nothing but what? R equals to Q P star. Q is what? Epsilon, P is what? 0, so 0 to the power star. So, therefore, I can simplify this expression like this. I hope you are getting the particular concept. So, this is the huge expression. Now, I have simplified this into epsilon dot 0 star. Now, epsilon generally means what? 1. So, I can simply write as 0 star, got it. Therefore, Q1 now we got as a 0 star. So, this Q1 I can implement over here, then it will be what? 0 star dot 1 plus Q2 dot 0. Now, if you look into this particular expression, this will act as R, this will act as Q, this will again act as R, and this will act as P. So, that means I have what? QP star. So, QP star is nothing but what? Q means what here? 0 star dot 1 and P star, that is 0 star. So, 0 star dot 1 dot 0 star, which I have got as the final expression. So, this is how you need to simplify by using Arden's theorem. I hope it is clear to everyone. Let us go to the next slide. Next slide says the proof of Arden's theorem. While you are attempting any kind of university examination, this is a very common question. You will ask you what is the Arden's theorem, then you need to explain the statement of the theorem, and then they will ask you what is prove the particular expression. So, for proving the expression, let us look into this particular concept one by one a little bit fast. Let us start by taking the following equation as this one. So, preliminary equation is this one. Okay. Now, what I will do? I will try to replace this R with QP star. Why? Because I know that the statement says that QP star is the only solution. So, this only solution I will put it in the expression, and I will try to check that whether I will get that only solution or not. Okay. So, this is the general approach. So, what I will do after replacing this QP star, the expression will look like this. QP star has been replaced. So, like we know a particular expression from the common point is that if I take Q as a common, then 1 plus P star P, right? 1 is replaced by epsilon here plus P star P. So, this is what I have written over here. So, I have taken Q as a common. Now, we know that epsilon plus P star P. Now, this is we know that I have told it we know that, but there is a basic identity which you will be learning in the next video. Okay. Some of the basic identities are there. In that basic identities, one basic important identity is there. Epsilon plus R star, R is a regular expression, is equals to epsilon plus R star R is equals to R star. Okay. So, if you find any expression of this particular format or maybe in this particular format, the answer will be this one. Okay. So, we got somewhere, right, epsilon plus p star p. So, this can be replaced by p star. So, therefore, finally, what we got q p star only, got it. That means, the unique solution that Arden's theorem was telling, I have used that unique solution and put it into the same expression and then got that the same equation. So, some way or other I can say that yes, Arden's theorem is satisfying, okay, but I am pretty much not sure about it because I have taken only one time. Can I take it infinite times and again after taking infinite times some or the other I getting the same solution, then I can universally say that yes, this Arden's theorem has been proved. So, let me take back to the take you to the next slide where I will try to take it in an infinite way. See, now we have to prove that this is the only solution, I have told you, right, this is the only or unique solution of this equation, right. So, let me take the same expression again. Now, what I will do, I will try to replace this r not with the unique solution, I will try to replace this r with the same expression. See, replace r by r equals to q p star. So, that means, r, now the expression will look like this. See, okay, r equals to q plus r, r in the place of r I have taken q plus r p and then followed by p. Some or the other after breaking up I got q plus q r p. Okay. So, this is the final expression that I have got. Okay. Now, if we look into this concept, I will try to take this expression again over here. Okay. So, now what I am doing is that this r I have got it, right, this r I will replace again by the same expression q plus r p. I have replaced. Now, again this process will go, again I will try to replace it. So, this particular concept will keep on going, it will keep on going. Then finally, what I will get? Finally, I will try to get this particular expression. Okay. Now, this is the one where I am trying to do, till here I am trying to do infinite times, till here I am trying to do the infinite times, right. Now, what I am trying to do is that I will try to put this r by the unique solution. This is what I am doing infinitely by replacing this r equals to q plus r p only. Now, I will put q p star in place of r. So, as soon as I put q p star in the place of r, I got this kind of expression. Now, from here I will take q as common. If I take q as common, then q will be here and epsilon plus p square plus dot 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 p to the power star. If you look properly, this is nothing but what, p to the power star only, or if you want, then you can take this particular p again common, then epsilon plus p, it will keep on going. So, it is nothing but p star only. So, therefore, finally, what we got, q p star only. This is the ending process, and I can say that after replacing r equals to q plus r p for infinite times and finally replacing with the unique solution, I got that particular solution only. Therefore, this particular says that Arden's theorem is satisfied. Okay. So, this is the way how you can prove it in your examination. So, this is an examination point of view, but right now after this we will try to look it into a proper way with an example. Okay. Now, this is the general process or steps to follow while conversion of a finite automata to regular expression, okay, by using Arden's theorem. So, first step is very important, and always remember that if you got any kind of NFA, epsilon NFA transitions or any epsilon transitions are there, then then you cannot convert this particular concept. Therefore, it is strictly mentioned that transition diagram should not have any epsilon transitions. Next, go step number 2, must have only one single initial state. Yes, definitely, because if you are having multiple initial state, then that diagram is not at all valid, right. So, always it should have a single only one initial state. Then vertices are supposed to be q1, q2, q3, q1, where qy is the final state. This is what a general example. This is just a general statement that if you are taking a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h, then g, h should be the final state. So, this is just a statement. Okay, do not go with that. This is the step that you need to follow it. No. Next comes Wij denotes the regular expression representing set of labels of edges from qi to qj. That means, if I am trying to look into this particular state expression, then I need to look what are the incoming edges coming to this state, and then I need to make the expression. I will let you know how to do it. Next comes statement number 5, write the equations for each state and check their incoming edges. I have told you right now, see, only you need to check the incoming edges, and based on that, on behalf of that, you can write the expression. Clear? Next comes point number 6, take the final state and simplify the equation for the same final state in the form of Arden's theorem expression, and then finally you will get the expression. So, first step is that you just try to check that whether that particular automata does not have any kind of epsilon transition, thereafter it will keep on flowing up. Okay. I will show you these particular steps one by one, and where this particular point are nothing but just a statement, okay, which you need to follow it. Now, let us go with an example. This example says this particular diagram it is having. Okay. I think I have covered up with all the transitions. Yes, now we can check it out. See, this question says that derive a regular expression from the following finite automata. So, step 1, write the equations for each state and check their incoming edges. For each state I need to write down the equation. Now, how I will start and with which equation I will which state I will start? I will start with the initial state. Initial state is what? State A. So, state A equals to, now I have to check only the incoming edges. Incoming edges are what? 1, then 2, then 3. Any more incoming edges? No more incoming edges. So, 1, that means the first one is nothing but epsilon. Then next is what? B. It is coming B. Okay. B is coming B is coming into B. This B input symbol is coming inside B from which state? From B state. So, this will be B. Okay. This is a mistake. So, this will be B. Okay. B. Okay. Then next, this incoming edges A is coming into state A from which state? C. So, C A. Got it. So, this is the final equation for state A. Now, I will do the other state equation. So, other state equations will be like this. B is equals to, in B I am having A and any more incoming edges? No more incoming edges. So, this is equation number 2. Now, next state C. In state C I am having incoming edges for this one. Any more incoming edges? No more incoming edges. So, it will be A B. So, this is number 3, and number D state, it is having, see, 2 incoming edges, okay, for A and for B. So, I will write simply D A plus D B plus, let me check any more, okay, one more is there, B A, and one more is there, C B, and this is equation number 4. Okay. I hope this is the final part, you have got it. Okay, now this is the final part. Now, let me get back to the next slide, and I will try to explain to you in a proper way, where I will try to rectify, where I will try to simplify the equation. Okay. So, let me write down the expressions again over here. So, it will be easy for me. The expressions are A is equals to epsilon plus BB plus CA, BB plus CA. Okay. Then I have got C is equals to AB. Okay, and B is equals to AA, and D is equals to DA plus DB plus BA plus CB. Okay, so, these are the 4 equations I got it. Which equation I need to focus on? I need to focus only on the final state equation or final state expression, rather I no need to focus on. Final state expression is which one? Okay, A. So, I need to focus on this. That means, in the right hand side also, I need to get some or the other A only, so that I can fall into this equation, R is equals to Q plus R P, correct. So, what I will do? I will try to substitute this. A is equals to epsilon plus, in place of B, what I can write it down? I can use this expression, equation number 3, A, right. So, A B. Okay. In place of C, can I write? Yes, I can directly write A, okay, A B A. So, this is the equation that I have got it. So, in the first particular expression, I got the expression which I was looking for. Now, I will do what? I will try to take this A as a common, then it will be A B plus B A. So, now, if you look into this expression, okay, this is acting as R, this is acting as Q, this is acting as R, this is acting as P. So, what is this? This is by Arden's theorem, I can say that R is equals to Q P star. So, R is nothing but the state A, Q is what? Epsilon, P means what? A B plus B A whole to the power star. Therefore, the final regular expression for this question will be what? Final regular expression for this question will be A B plus B A whole to the power asterisk. So, this is the expression how I got it. Okay. So, this was the diagram and I got this expression by solving using Arden's theorem, and this is a very like a limited case or unique cases where you will be getting this particular solution in the first expression only. In maximum of the questions you will be getting more number of expressions to solve it. Okay. Now, let us check the last question of today's presentation. Okay. Let me take over here. Okay. This is what it is asking, this is the same slide, I will write it over. Same step 1 says that write the equations for each state and check their incoming edges. So, I will try to do in this particular slide only. So, what are the equations I will be getting? I will be getting the equations like this. For state A, I will be getting epsilon. See, always remember, when whatever incoming initial state expressions will be there, you will be getting epsilon only in that case, other than that you will not be getting, okay, because that is the only state where we are having epsilon cases. Other than that, this particular conversion process does not include any transition diagram which is having epsilon transitions. Clear? Now, next comes, what is the next one? A 0, correct, A, and incoming edge is 0. Any more incoming edges? Yes, plus C 0. Okay. Any more incoming edges? No, this is equation number 1. Now, next let me take for B. For B, what will be the expression? For B, it will be like B 1, B is entering 1, and then yes, one more is there, plus A 1, okay, one more is there, plus C 1. Any more expressions? No, this is equation number 2. For state C, we are having what? Incoming edges B 0. Any more incoming edges? No more incoming edges. So, this is equation number 3. Now, what I will try to do? I will try to simplify. My main target is which equation? Final state equation. Final state is which one? A. So, I have to target only the final state, that is A. Okay. Now, what I will do? If I replace A, okay, A is required on the right hand side. So, remove this particular 2 expressions. I have to replace only capital letter C. If I replace C by B 0, and if I replace B by this particular expression, some way or the other this B will keep on continuing, if you logically think of it, right. Again I am repeating, in place of C if I replace by B, fine, again in place of B if I replace by this expression, B will keep on coming into the loop. So, let me first solve this particular equation, number 2 equation. B is equals to B 1 plus A 1 plus C 1. I need A some or the other. So, I will not omit this. What I will try to do is that, and now I will try to use this Arden's theorem in this particular context. How? See, B 1 I will put it and A 1, okay, fine. Any place of C I can write it down as B 0. So, it will be B 0 1. So, I can write like this, see, A 1 then B 1 plus B 0 1. So, I can write like this, that A 1 plus B in bracket then 1 plus 0 1. So, this is nothing but what? Can anybody like guess? This is what? Q, sorry, R, this is what? Q, this is what? R, this is what? P, correct? We got this expression finally. Therefore, this particular expression can be solved by using Arden's theorem, and it will give you what? B is equals to Q P star. Q is what? A 1, P is what? 1 plus 0 1 whole to the power s3. So, we got now B in the form of A. Now, we can substitute this particular expression in equation number 1 easily. So, let me just erase a little bit part, so that I can get some space, and I am erasing this particular part, and I will substitute this particular expression into equation number 1. How? Equation number 1, okay. How to do that? The equation will be this one, A is equals to epsilon plus A 0 plus, in place of C I will write down as B 0, and 0 was already present, and in place of B I can now substitute this expression, that is what? A 1 1 plus 0 1 whole to the power clean closure 0 0. Therefore, overall I can write it down as A common 0 plus 1 then 1 plus 0 1 whole to the power clean closure 0 0, and this acts as a R equals to Q P star. Therefore, finally, I can write down A is equals to epsilon dot 0 plus 1 1 plus 0 1 whole to the power clean closure 0 0 whole to the power clean closure, and this epsilon is 1. Therefore, the final expression will be this one. So, this is how you have to sort it out. Okay. So, I hope you have understood the entire operations till now and the conversion of finite automata to regular expression by using Arden's theorem. Few applications are there which we will be discussing properly, but this is nothing but the regular expression working process. In text processing task we use, more generally in string processing, because we talk about expressions, like then validations we can check by data validations by using the concept of regular expression. Data scraping we can use mainly in the web scraping process and also in the parsing process. This particular context you will learn in while discussing about compiler design in the upcoming semester. Okay. So, these are some of the applications for regular expression. So, this is all about for today's video. In the next video I will come across with one more interesting topic. So, thank you for watching this video.